Okay. Hi, how's everyone doing today? Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. This is Uptown Lupo 420. He is someone in the content creation Discord as well that really chill dude. I checked out some of his streams. His channel will be linked down below. You should really check him out. So how about you introduce yourself?
Hi everybody, how's it going? I am Uptown Lupo 420. I make videos basically about whatever pops in my little noggin at the time.
That is very relatable. I mostly stick to gaming, but I'm also a vlogging channel. And I'm getting more into that. It's just in my little town, there's nothing to do. So what got you into YouTube?
Basically, what got me into YouTube is I started back in like 2016 making gaming videos because I would play games all the time with my friends, and one of the things that I really liked the most was me and my friends would have such like a great time, and just being able to think about those moments is just like I wish I recorded them and just like captured them in a way. So I started making videos and kind of went from there.
What was the first gaming video you remember making?
It's it's actually really funny. So I played this game called Emily Wants to Play. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I've played it.
But I wasn't comfortable with the sound of my voice. So I did like a straight up 2008 Fred where I sped the video up so that my voice was super high pitched. Oh, it was
Been
so
there.
to me it was so hilarious, but at the time I probably looked so lame.
Yeah, I've been there. I've tried messing with the speed and voice and all that.
Yeah.
What made you want to continue YouTube? Because most people who start with YouTube, they usually go for a few months and then they're like, "Oh, this is not for me," or "I'm not growing fast enough." What made you want to continue?
For me, I actually kind of abandoned Twitch. Twitch. I went to Twitch. I abandoned YouTube. I went to Twitch. I was streaming because I felt like making videos is kind of hard because you have to like have like a set focus. You have to edit. While streaming is just kind of like stream of consciousness. You just get to put it out there. And I mean, if you wanted to do stuff like edit it down and post it, you can. But I was just like, I like the raw, chill format.
Dang it, bird! I just saw a shadow went. But no, I get that. I stream as well, and to me, it's more real.
Hmm.
Like you can get a viewer that comes in every stream, and you know them by name, well, by their online name, and there's that connection. Where in a video, you may get a few comments that from people that are like, "Yeah, I remember your comment." So, do you prefer streaming or video creation?
Mm. Well, I kind of I do a little bit of both now. So it depends on like the vibe. So for a video, like a long form video, it has like a set focus. I like telling a story, so there's like that aspect. And on the other side, when I'm streaming, it's just I'm playing games with my friends. It's not no stress involved, and it's more of a chill time. So it kind of depends on the vibe. But recently, I've enjoyed really editing videos because there's always something new. Like when you do a video and you edit it, you pick up a little trick here, do a little something there. So it's been fun for me recently doing videos.
Yeah, a good friend of mine hates editing videos. Where on the other end, I enjoy editing them. It's like I put on a little bit, like a low volume song on the side. I just grind through it, and then it's like, there we go. But
Hmm.
I agree with the fact that it really does depend on the mood. Like if I'm not doing anything, I don't want to record. It's like I'll go live. What is so with on a video side of this? Which video have you created that is your favorite?
Hmm. Hmm. Probably, I made a video about college female basketball about Caitlin Clark.
Hmm.
So it's literally just like a 3 minute video, basically right before this tournament, before she like blew up and became a super popular figure for International Women's Day. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna highlight women's basketball since it's a topic that seems like everybody kind of shits on it in a way. So I was like, you know what, let's show highlight a figure that's super popular in that little square right now. So that like it felt good because I was kind of like before a trend in a way. So it's nice to be able to like put some love out there and for it to really come full circle and be appreciated.
That is interesting. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna have to look into it. I don't really watch basketball. I'm more of a baseball, football guy.
Hmm.
So I'll have to look into that. When I talked to you in the past, I told you you're probably right now the biggest YouTuber I'm interviewing, and you said you really blew up from a short. Which short was that?
So remember when the Mario movie, the new Super Mario movie came out?
Yeah.
There is that Jack Black sings like a song like Peaches. He says like Peaches over and over again.
Yeah.
So I made a short where there was a filter on TikTok, and the filter was guessing the Mario character, and it kept spinning and spinning until it hit Mario, and then it transitioned to me in a Mario costume because I had one sitting in my closet. And for whatever reason, I think it was literally because I might have brought the sound like to shorts because it was literally just as the movie came out, so that sound just popped, and then it became super popular over on the shorts.
Yeah. Do you have an understanding of shorts? Because I still don't know how it works.
Basically, it's TikTok, but it's YouTube's version, and they're slightly behind, so everybody still like uses TikToks, but it's still just short form content, like up to a minute long of just the vertical style videos.
Yeah. I noticed that it's very hit or miss on what will take off, what won't. Do you
Yeah.
understand that, or is it just like or is it just completely random for you as well? Because I could put in like 10 minutes making a short look good. It will get like 18 views. I just do random gameplay footage and then boom, 3.7K.
Yeah, it's all to me at least. It's all very random. I at first I thought like I made a thirst trap because I looked at the audience and it's like majority women, and I'm like, oh, did I? I don't know, man. I don't know about this. I don't think it was. I didn't know people were into Mario that much. But yeah, I've had other things where it's like, it's also timing is so weird because something will come out and it'll either be like super popular and take like a bump and then never get another view, or it'll be like dead for 8 hours and then for some reason peak. So
Yeah,
it's all completely random to me.
I've noticed that. Or with, or it will just be popular for like 3 days.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
that, and it's also interesting because it's such like I technically right now have two completely different audiences. So for a video, all dudes in like their 30s. While
no, right?
shorts, it's so crazy to me. Like I'm
Yeah,
in two different worlds right now.
yeah. I'm majority post Minecraft content because it's
Hmm.
a very fun game. I enjoy it so much, and I
Hmm.
stream Minecraft, and then like I check a few days later, and it's like between 18 and 34. It's usually equal, about
Yeah,
50-50 split, and I'm just thinking like. Is there a 30-year-old dad that's letting their kid use their YouTube to watch me?
yeah.
Um,
Have you gotten any weird like I've only streamed on Minecraft like once. Have you gotten any like weird comments?
you're bringing that side into it. Usually at the end, I'd be like, "What questions you got for me?" But you're like, "No, let's pull that in right now." Okay, the weirdest comment, and I talk about this. I had to actually make a community post about this. There was a group of people talking about a plan, and they were just being like major dicks, talking about
Mhm.
DDoSing, rape, like swatting, stuff like that. And I actually ended my stream and put out a community post that 1 second, let me find out just so you can see how crazy this is. Uh oh, it's down here. With the recent live stream and cult like behavior, I must say, when I am live streaming, if someone talks about IP addresses or DDoSing or any form of harassment, will be automatic removal. The streams are meant to be fun and welcoming, not a place for harassment or bullying.
That's wild. That's so crazy to me.
Yeah, and they actually raided my Discord. It was talking about apparently one of my good friends who does works on floors. apparently that is, as they put it, bitches work.
There
And I had to delete all those comments. I was like, okay. But ever since then, they haven't been around since I blocked basically all their accounts.
you go. I was just gonna say I got some weird comments like harassing me in a way, and I just thought it was like some minor type of stuff like that. Your stuff seems way crazier in comparison.
What's some weird comments you got?
They were talking about like genitalia, like my genitalia, and I was like,
Been
"What?
been there.
What are we talking about right now?" And it was literally like it was like two people watching. So the dude just like pops in and starts talking some spicy stuff, and I'm like, "I'm building a house. What does
Uh,
this have to do with anything?"
your mine is talking about cults, and yours is talking about genitalia. Hopefully, they don't meet, and then it'll be a cult about genitalia.
I just- Minecraft. Oh my.
Yeah, I it's my main game to stream because it's very relaxing.
hmm
Speaking about weird comments, what are some great comments you had?
So a lot of the comments that I've received have been, I would say, overwhelmingly positive. So I'm very thankful for that. I am able to take criticism, especially when it's something relevant. I'm really about that. But a lot of them have been almost too positive in a way, where
Oh,
like
I
after I made
know.
that, exactly after I made that short, I had people coming into my lives and telling me like they love me and I'm their favorite YouTuber, and I was like, I literally just made one short. So not a lot of it has been um, super like constructive in a way. It's almost usually been like some form of like LOL or stuff like that. So nothing like beyond the surface level. But I mean, in a way, I kind of appreciate it because it's just you enjoy the content, and that's kind of the purpose.
Yeah. You're at last time I saw you were at like 5.4K.
hmm
What are you at now?
I dropped to like 5.3, like in 56, 57 or so. The number, I don't know, man. There's no like, there's like four different ways you can look at the number, and each number is different. So I don't know what to
Yeah.
trust.
Yeah, it's like I check on YouTube and I'm at like 445. I check Studios, I'm at 444. I check Social Blade 442. It's like,
Yeah. So that's that thing though too, because that short, basically, all of the subscribers have been from that short. That really was a great like jumping off point. Because now I'll make a video, and I don't know if it's because I'm hugging the algorithm a little bit right because I got a little bit of a bigger number, but it seems like more people they like view it, even though they don't stay as long as average. They are viewing it, so that's kind of all that
yeah,
matters to me.
as long as they make it past that 30, I think it's either 10-second or 30-second mark to count as a view.
Yeah, I
Um,
was so surprised that the average viewer only stays for 30 seconds.
yeah, when I learned that, it's like if you don't hook them in the first 30 seconds, they don't watch. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm like, look, it's hard to make a building short, and here I am going to have to try to sell my video for 30 seconds when usually it doesn't start getting into it till after a minute.
Yeah.
It's like, how am I going to hook them in? And especially, at least being in a gaming space of YouTube, that's even harder because you do the last few streams I've checked out, you were doing Fortnite.
hmm
That's oversaturated. I'm doing Minecraft. That's even it depends on the day, but they flip
Yeah.
flop of which one's oversaturated.
hmm
It's, so it's hard to sell content. What are some ways you're selling your content?
So recently, I started doing exactly that. For that 30 seconds average, I decided when I'm going to make a topic, I've done a lot where it's just been my face in the beginning. I decided scrub that until at least 2 or 3 minutes into the video. Because, I mean, hey, even though I'm beautiful, it don't make everybody stay. So I decided to have some B-roll footage, and I'll use my voice to really convey a broader version or a broader idea of the topic, and then you bring it into what you're specifically talking about.
That's a good way to do it. I usually do an intro, like showing the game we're playing, do an intro and saying what's going on. and then I, in a way, do it in a way like Mr. Beasting it, where like there's a little bit of a twist at the end sometimes,
Hmm.
and that hooks them. And I checked out a few of your videos, some of your older ones. I don't remember exactly. Was watching more of your live streams, seeing how you interact with people, and I noticed at least some of your videos. Um, I do get interested in watching it, but and I do the same thing. If there's like a long point of like gameplay and talking, I tend to want to click off.
Hmm.
How do you get people to stick around when there's that in the video?
So I actually I do enjoy kind of grinding down smaller specific ideas. So for me, maybe certain long form gameplay is the best. But if I could find a game where it's maybe like a boss rush, that would be very good for me because I can focus on a 10-minute video of just that boss. I'll put like Titan Souls. I was really into Titan Souls, and it's basically just like a boss rush kind of game. And so, of course, you're going to die a bunch of times, so you kind of put a couple of those highlights in the beginning of the video to try and get people, and then it's still objective based. You beat the boss, and that's just like your little slice of pie. 10 minutes, two bosses, not that bad.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. I haven't seen any of those videos from you yet, but I probably just haven't gone deep enough into the
It's
list.
it's way down. It's way down. Yeah,
Yeah,
I kind of switched from gaming to like current events and kind of like topics that I'm interested in. But I'm starting to, because now I'm like doing a lot more streaming with other like creators and friends. So I'm gonna start sprinkling back in the gameplay and stuff
yeah.
like that.
I saw like you went from gaming to current event topics, and then it's like live streams, and I just went. He To me, it looked like it was like, oh, you're still trying to figure out what you really want to stick with.
Hmm. It's because basically there's almost three different sides of me in a way. There's like a serious, informative type of video. There's just like a goofy live stream, and then the shorts are just literally me like on like TikTok filters and stuff. So
Yep.
there's a lot. I kind of want to be more of just like a personality in a way. Like if I could have like a dream build for my channel, it would be just like a Moist Critical, where it's like he just does whatever. He logs in, makes his video, pops out. I think that's what I want to be.
Yeah. Charlie does a really good job with that, and
Hmm.
um, like some of the things he's talking about, even though his humor is dry, which I see a lot of memes about, um, it's very informative. I do enjoy stuff like that, and um, if you can find your twist on it, that'd be really good because, like I said, I haven't checked out any of your current event stuff yet, so I would need to see how that is. But that is an interesting part of YouTube because if you do that, then you can throw in those shorts or those live streams,
Hmm.
and because you would become a personality that people come for the personality, not just the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you think it's harder building a channel based off like a subject like Minecraft or Fortnite, or being a personality?
Hmm. I think it's harder to be a dedicated channel to one specific thing because you gotta. People really seem to get burnt out, and so if you could stay dedicated to a variety of things, it's way better than being hyper focused on one thing. Especially because when I was streaming for a while, gaming didn't feel fun. It almost felt like I was just streaming just to stream, and it wasn't about like I wanted to like play games. So being able to avoid burnout by being able to do a variety of things, I think, is easier.
What are some things you want to do?
Well, I want to still keep doing current events. That's kind of fun. I literally have like a list. Spoiler alert. I don't know if you could see that, but I got a list of a whole bunch of different stuff. But I also want to get out of the bedroom. I want to be able to film ideas. Like I have kind of an idea for a little bit of a short film with my friends, but I got to get them in the fold. They're not too enthused on like the YouTube stuff yet, but maybe if I present them with a good enough idea, be motivated or interested.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. When I tell friends I'm still doing YouTube, they're like, "Wait, for real?" And it's like, what else do you expect me to do?
Yeah,
And I get the whole idea about having a list of ideas. I have a binder that's fairly
that's
full.
dedication.
Yeah. I also got chalkboard paint, and my wall right there, I painted in chalkboard paint. I write stuff down.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What is, if you can talk about it, what is this short film idea you got?
I was thinking of so forever. Me and my friends, my friend is super interested in film. He like took classes on it and stuff. Nothing in like college or anything, but a lot of like high school. He was doing a lot of film stuff, and he's super obsessed with films. So we had a couple ideas, but we kind of like scrapped them all. So for me, I just decided I'm gonna have to do it myself, and I'm trying to think of a post-apocalyptic kind of film where it's a group of about me and my four friends participating in post-apocalyptic shenanigans. The hard part is I want to try and make it in a way where you ever watch the movie Dunkirk,
Yes, great, great movie.
but you notice you never see the bad guys. They're never in
It's
shot.
true.
So I want to do something like that where there's like post-apocalyptic. It could be like zombies or other enemy survivors, and you don't see them. And it's about kind of like a Stand By Me, where it's about like a friendship, stuff like that.
That would be interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
am interested.
Because it's a very hard because you got to think of like when you're like writing it, you also got to think about how you want it to look in your head. So it's hard to grapple with those limitations.
Yeah, and plus, making a film isn't cheap. So trying to do it in a cheap way.
I will give a spoiler away. Okay.
Okay.
So I have airsoft, uh, like guns and stuff. And you know how they have the orange tips, so you know that it's not a real thing. I want one of the scenes to be that like we're like robbing an enemy camp or something, and nobody knows that the guns are fake. And that might be like the opening scene or something where everybody's like super freaked out. Because I mean, like, you'd be surprised at people's general knowledge of firearms and stuff. So I feel like that would definitely be something. Unless somebody was like cued in, you have no idea, you know?
Yeah. You also got to be careful because depending on where you film it, the law might
Oh,
get,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
That's the other thing too, because I'm like thinking there's only like a couple locations that I can know in my like immediate area where there's like an abandoned building or like an open clearing that would be like ideal for filming. Because I can't have cars passing by on the road in a post-apocalyptic
Yeah, it's like
scenario.
that movie. What movie was it where like it's supposed to be like apocalyptic, but you can hear cars in the background? It's an old movie.
Ah,
Yeah, when I watched that movie and heard that, I'm like, huh, that's very apocalyptic.
yeah, oh yeah, very scary. Yeah.
Yeah, but how has YouTube impact your personal life?
um, I would say zero at the moment because right now it's just like a fun thing to talk about with like my girlfriend or like my friends where it's like, oh, like I'm like kind of obsessed with the numbers. I'm in that stage right now.
Same.
So it's like, dude, this video got like 20 views in an hour, and I'm like, and everybody's like, oh, that's great, that's great, Jim. Like, ah, I'm so happy.
Yeah, probably got some friends that are like looking at their watch, be like,
Yeah, dude, you talked about this yesterday.
my uh my partner I make YouTube videos with, and it's not like a marriage partner, like YouTube partner I do.
Hmm.
Um, I talk to her a lot about YouTube, and then she goes, "That's great, that's great. Can we go back to Manhunt now?"
Yeah.
And so it's like trying to find that balance. I noticed. Um, how's the support system you got for YouTube? Like not in YouTube or in like Discord, but I'm talking about outside of YouTube. Like, is your girlfriend supportive? Your friends, your family, stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say everybody's. So my parents don't know because they don't know the internet. They're like super boomers, where like they are anti-internet everything.
They
My
probably
parents get angry that they have to pay bills online. They're like, "Why can't I just call them? It takes it takes so much longer." But in general, my girlfriend is just more like a. She's like, oh, this. She kind of views it almost like as my like creative expression. She's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. My friends, they're involved in like my live streams. They're involved via the gameplay. We're playing hockey. They're right there with me. They're roasting me along with everybody else. So
Yeah.
they're down to do that type of stuff. But everybody else, yeah, not a lot of other people know.
So you're one of those people that you enjoy it. It's a hobby. It's good for creative expression. If it turns into something, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be cool. Even then, I still might treat it like it depends. Like obviously, if I'm super popular, making a lot of money, I'll do it full time. But even then, I think that the dream is to just work my 9 to 5, come home, spend about an hour and a half making like a video, edit it, post it, spend the other 2 hours playing games with my friends on a live stream, and making like a TikTok or a short during my lunch break. That would be the goal.
The perfect balance.
Exactly.
Um,
Balance.
how do you not get burnt out?
I kind of did get burned out at one point. So back in 2016, I was making videos. They really weren't doing that well. I kept doing them anyway because I kind of enjoyed just doing the process of like video making. Streaming during the pandemic, that really burnt me out because literally like when I got COVID like 3 times. It was crazy. But
Oh, I feel you there, brother. I feel you.
I know, but just being locked in this room because I live with my family and they are like, don't step out of this room. So it's like 18 hours I'm playing games, and by the fourth day, I'm like, there is nothing else to do, but I'm chugging along. So I think it's being going through a burnout helps you to avoid it, and so I avoid it by the kind of the whole diversification of everything. So there's always something in my crosshairs, and then there's always something next to it. So if I really don't want to do this, if I really don't want to edit this video, well, I can just live stream tonight. It's really no big deal. Stuff like that.
Yeah. While I think of more questions, what questions you got for me?
Hmm. What is the question that you don't like asking the most?
The biggest regret on you, like involving content creation,
Mm-hmm.
because usually it kills the mood.
Mm. You don't have to do that for me.
No, you. Last time I asked that question, they're like, if the video that didn't go up, I don't remember who I was interviewing. They were like, I don't feel like doing this anymore, and they left the call.
Damn.
Yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
how fast? Like, so when you hit that spike, what were you at before the spike? Like the growth?
26 subscribers, getting like 2 views a video.
No.
That's what I totally understand now how people that are internet celebrities lose their minds and they act so insane. I got it. You have endless validation cramming into your head. You have numbers, you got views, you got subscribers, all in the upswing. You can't stop looking at the for me it's the YouTube Studio app. You can't stop looking at it like every 30 minutes to see that stupid little number go up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Like, why do I imagine it's a bunch of like moms that are like annoyed with their husbands, so they went on and they were like, "Hey, look at this guy with this luscious beard."
yeah. Yeah. And it's like it's a lot of also it was well that I thought it was the first trap because it wasn't a lot of like it wasn't a lot of women in America. It was international. So I was like, "Whoa, did I tap into something here? I don't know." But it's that sound apparently. So if you look on it's called like Peaches on the YouTube short sound. My video is like the fourth one.
Wait, for real?
Dead ass.
One
That's
second.
yeah.
Peaches, you said.
Also, yeah, I think so. Let me see.
One, two. Uh, how many views do you got?
1.8 million.
There's a lot here with more. I'm looking for it.
Yep. Now I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it too.
I love
There
how
we
you're
go.
like it has so many. Like it's a fourth one. I'm looking. I was like, where is it?
Yeah.
I'll find it later.
Yeah.
Or I could just go to your channel.
So it's because that's another thing too. So when you look on the studios thing, you could see different sources of where the video is coming from, your views are coming from. So half of it was like the actual video, and half of it was from the sound page. WhatsApp? Apparently, I'm very popular on WhatsApp.
I
Uh,
I saw that a few times too, where it's like,
what's
like
happening?
yeah, I was like, okay, this is international people because I only talk to international people on WhatsApp,
hmm
and it's crazy to see. Especially, it's nice talking to someone who understands the numbers because
hmm
talking to other people, being like, okay, you got 1,000 views and I got 2,000. That's 1,000 more people. I'm like, not necessarily.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy to because I honestly believe YouTube Shorts, if you're not using it as a way to grow your channel, grow your audience, you're missing out.
Definitely,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's why like a lot of these, especially Minecraft Shorts channels, are taking off.
It seems like I don't know what it is because it seems like everybody gets a fair crack. Like no matter like you could be I'm not really a super big like algorithm person or like figuring out search engine all that wacky fun stuff. But it seems like when you post, at least when I do it, when I post a short, it seems like people interact with it and they interact with it up to a point and then it just stops, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of fine with that. So even if you have like no, if you don't get a lot of engagement and all that, putting a short out there, the worst that could happen is that it gets popular for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's the worst thing.
or in your case, get like 5,000 subscribers.
Dude, it was literally a video where I was like, oh, this is a cute little filter. I filmed it all literally in this room in less than 2 minutes. It took me a minute and a half to put on the Mario costume.
Can we see the Mario costume?
It's hey, in the closet.
Oh, you got wireless ear headphones.
Oh yeah, we are in the way of the future, baby. Boom. Ah.
Would it be cool if
See.
I take this short and play a clip of it since we've been talking about it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll wear the hat.
No,
Yeah.
I just want to ask because some people are like, no, don't show my content.
That's interesting to me because I feel like if anything, you would want people to see your highlights. You know.
Yeah. Just
There you
seeing that
go.
big M. There,
Big
my
M,
my
baby.
thumbnail right there.
Boom.
Nah, what is the most memorable moment that happened to you on YouTube? Mine
Probably
is
that.
I was gonna say mine is the giant growth.
hmm Yeah, for me, it's definitely this short. That was probably my. This might be my little like. I don't know if it's my one trick pony, my shining flare. I probably will never. There are gloves in it. I don't know if I'll ever reach that type of popularity again. So that watching that whole process, seeing the comments, some of the comments are very funny. I literally got one today where like I I don't know if people realize that it's not a filter on YouTube because they will tell me what they got. So like I got Bowser and I was like this repeats. So in my head at least I'm like this is not a this isn't a filter. The result is the same every time. My favorite was when it first started blowing up. Somebody commented like I'm in your walls, or like something like that, where it was like, what are we talking about?
Oh, when people do, it's kind of a little funny thing that happens to me because people know the thing about me,
Hmm.
and especially my community is like, oh yeah, sure you are. Mess with the paranoid guy. Yeah, I'm looking at your short page now, and I just see
Yeah.
1.7 and 14, 8, 8, 5, 5. A lot of
Yeah.
fives.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't get it
Because
either.
exactly, I got no clue. But it seems like you could just post whatever, and maybe it's just a me thing because I got numbers a little bit now that I hug the algorithm, but it just gets a little bit of views. Some of them get zero. Some of them get absolutely zero. I don't know what happens. They didn't like me, but
Yeah. Jumping away from YouTube, you say you like talking about current events.
mhm.
Not talking religion or politics. What is a current event going on that interests you? Like in the last, let's say last week.
For me, it's a lot of sports stuff. At the moment, sports has been very popular. I I'm going to make a video about everything Antonio Brown has done wrong.
I've I don't
And
I don't remember where Antonio Brown is, like where in the sports area he's from, but when I see his name, it's usually involving some sorts of craziness, and I'm like, what did he do now?
he bought an arena football team, right?
Yeah,
Didn't pay anybody. Nobody. Not the players, not the coaches, not the owner, not the league. The team got kicked out of the league, and then recently last week, they the players got paid. The players and the coaches got paid, and then he stopped the payments. So they looked at their bank. It was in it one day. The next morning, it was negative. They was gone.
so he basically went, okay, now that I look like I did a good thing, give me back my money.
He stiffed every single person in the process.
What?
That's it. I know, right? That's so crazy to me. This is like a trend that he's had though. This isn't the first time he's refused to like or just didn't pay anybody. There was like a masseuse, like a financial manager. There have been a lot. This is like a trend where he just like doesn't pay people, and he just thinks that because he's a celebrity or like a famous football player that like
They're gonna
you
look the
just
other
do it.
way.
I don't know if they. I don't know, but like it never has worked. And this time he's now the players and coaches they lawyered up, and he's now involved in a class action lawsuit. They're suing him. Exactly. Exactly. That's my reaction.
I gotta look into that now. You actually got
Yeah.
me interested in that because usually I see memes about him,
Yeah.
and now that there's that, that's something I was expecting. Like a great news channel I watch is Philip DeFranco. I was expecting him to talk about something like that,
Hmm.
but he hasn't. So here I am learning this from you, and I'm going to be like, man, I have to look into this.
He's super into all that other stuff going on right now. I only see his. I see his like TikToks pop up every once in a while.
Yeah. Um. What? So, what is? This is a question. What is your goal evolving YouTube in the next 6 months, year, and 5 years? Like, what?
6 months, probably abandon the face cam. I want to be able to make just like a feature video where it displays all of the relevant information, clips, and context. Because I kind of feel like, in a way, my face isn't necessary. I'm just kind of an opinion. I know that kind of eats away at the concept of being a personality. So I might have to middle that somehow with maybe just just live streaming and keeping the videos like a separate thing. In a year, probably doing. I still think that in a year I'll probably be doing the same things, and then in 5 years I'll probably engage in a lot more outside, a lot more outside stuff from like my room. Like engaging in car stuff. I enjoy cars, but right now I don't got the money to do all that. But stuff like that, just being outside, like sports. Like I play softball, so maybe getting into some like content like that, like which bats are the best, or whatever is popular at the time, stuff like that. I just kind of probably whatever headspace I'm in at that time. I can imagine myself a year from now. It's kind of really hard seeing 5 years from now because hopefully, hopefully living in a house, all that, married with maybe like a kid or two. So who
Yeah.
who knows what's that
Trust
gonna
me, trust me. As someone who has a kid, I do not miss the sleepless nights.
be?
Yeah. No. What other questions you got for me?
Hmm. So this is the first podcast that I've been involved in. So for me, I find the concept of like you have to be a good conversationalist. Did you what are some of the tips and tricks you use to be able to engage with somebody? Like I'm a little bit more talkative. How do you engage with somebody that's a little bit more nervous or less talkative?
Usually, when it comes with someone who's a little bit more nervous, like there's this one person that I interviewed that was nervous. Another video that I didn't make it up because it was a short podcast episode. Um, and what I did, I wrote down a few of the questions. I said, "This is not all the questions. This is a few of the questions I'm going to ask to get them prepared." And
Hmm.
after I went through the list and then I started asking the questions off the top of my head, they opened up more.
Hmm.
The funny enough is the people who, putting it bluntly, and you're not one of these people, is the people who don't shut up that are the problem.
Hmm.
It's uh, basically known as like chatty Cathy's,
Hmm.
where it's like okay, and then it's like I'm looking at my watch, being like, oh, this is great.
Wrap it up, wrap.
Yeah, like I asked one question, and then it's like they are talking for like 10 minutes, and it's like,
Yeah.
and then it's like I have to tell them like, okay, this is fine, but if you go on to a nerd ramble session, I'm going to have to end this. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. And then they
Yeah.
go into a worse one, and they don't even notice I leave. Uh,
Have you ever read the 48 Laws of Power?
I'll be honest, I stopped after the 20th law.
That's fun. The one law is about speaking short because it uh, gives a bigger message than a long explanation.
Yeah. Um. No, I enjoy reversing it because usually catch people off guard. Like, okay, turning the tables. What questions do you got? And they come up with better questions than I do.
Mm.
That's why I enjoy. Like, what else you got for me?
Has there been any questions that somebody's asked you that you've then put in your repertoire?
No, actually.
Hmm.
But
Interesting.
the most interesting question I got, my first ever interview, and this person was, we were talking for, it went on for about an hour, 10 minutes.
Hmm.
And this person then asked, what's my favorite drug? And I was like, oh, like they probably know, like they're a good friend. They know I'm on antipsychotics. And then they're like, no, a legal drug. And I went, and it like ruined the whole video.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I got a good one. I got a good one.
okay,
So you've done how many interviews have you done?
all together or that are uploaded?
All together.
17.
If you could talk to yourself right before you're about to film your first one, what was something that you would tell yourself as like a tip to be a better interviewer?
Keep an open mind because the first four got scrapped until I interviewed a content creator, and it was the fifth one when I interviewed him and then uploaded a video. I don't remember his name. Very, but I learned
Hmm.
to keep an open mind, and it made it
Hmm.
a whole lot better.
That's good.
Yeah. Which brings the question: what what is something you know now that you could go back and tell yourself before you got into content creation?
Absolutely do not try the Fred trend. It is not worth it. But if on a serious answer, probably hmm, probably do this scatterbrain stuff that I've been doing now instead of just trying to focus on being like a game making games and stuff. Even though I do enjoy gaming and all that stuff. I do because I've always been actually, you know what? Who knows? Because you like to think I've changed my thought process a lot since when I was 18 back in 2016. So I've changed and I've grown a lot in just like 6 or 7 years. So it'd be interesting to see what I would have done, but I think that's probably what I would say. Just put your brain out there instead of just trying to do gaming stuff.
I like that. I do.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is very an interesting way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
What is what is your favorite saying that someone like a figure told you?
There are a lot of historical quotes that I really enjoy, but for me personally, my uncle, who was a alcoholic and he recovered from all that type of stuff, he was sober for like 20 years, and he always said what helped him most was to just always do the next right thing. You know what's right. Just always be focused on just baby steps. If you do, I like the concept of little victories turn into big victories. So if you just keep doing little baby steps, you're already up a flight of stairs before you even know it.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
They My favorite one that I remembered recently. My art teacher told me told me be the crazy one in a room of normals. He told me a lot of stuff like that, and I went and saw him one day. And I was like, "Hey, you told me this. What do you mean?" And he's like, "Everyone tries to fit a mold. Be the one that doesn't." Because in a world where everything is so open and shut, cut and dry, all that, be the one that changes it.
I really like that. I really like that.
Yeah, but the favorite one that I liked was it's so simple. It's from Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly.
And then, of course, young me watching that, I was like, yes, you do. Just look at the label.
Yeah.
And then it's like I realized what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But nah. We're hitting that hour mark here, so I usually try to shoot for about an hour. We got about
Mm-hmm.
another 10 minutes. What other questions you got for me?
All right. Are you ever embarrassed of any videos when you like look in the past at old videos? Do you ever get embarrassed by them?
Surprisingly not anymore. What embarrassed me the most is when I misread something in chat. And
Mm.
because I look at chat and I read it, so
Mm-hmm.
that way people know what's being said. A lot of live streamers do that, and I don't remember exactly what chat actually said and what I said, and there was a lot of moments, but I would read it, realize what I said, and freeze, and then chat would go crazy,
And it's already yep.
and then it's like I'm like, shit, this is a live stream.
Yeah.
I can't take it away.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one: you curse in your live streams.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had a viewer come in and go like, "Hey, I'm at work. Can you watch your language?"
Yes. Yes.
What is your response to that?
So I forget what game we were playing. I think we were just playing hockey, which is kind of like a family-friendly game. And somebody did respond. They said, "Hey, can you guys tone down the cursing?" And my friends just know that I stream and that they are a part of the stream, but they don't like watch the chat. They don't know. Like they're just kind of playing the game, and I'm just doing the process. So instead of just like saying anything, I just typed, if I told them that, they would curse more. I'll try to be a little bit more respectful. That was kind of all I could do, you know.
I had one viewer. She watches my videos. She's know I'm going to be talking about her. I had one viewer that go like, "Hey, the customers can hear you." Language, and I went, "Hey, don't watch my live stream at work then," because I used to watch what I said, and then when I was on Twitch, one of the people I streamed with, they told me they're like, "Hey, it's your stream. You don't have to sugarcoat it for anyone." I went, "Yeah, you're right,"
Yeah.
and it was a moment when I realized that hey, if even though yes, I'm building a community that in the Dragon's Den is a big part of the channel, I'm still the one in charge.
Hmm.
So if I want to watch what I say, I can, but if I just want to be chill, be relaxed, then yeah, I'm going to.
Hmm. Authentic.
Yeah. And what are you known for in your community?
Hmm.
Minus
Well,
minus the Mario thirst trap.
yeah, exactly. On YouTube, it's the Mario thirst trap. On TikTok, it's my tooth.
Your tooth.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see.
Oh, what happened to your tooth?
So basically, I was a wrestler back in senior year of high school, and I got kneed in my mouth,
Oh,
and my front tooth went like that, and I could feel it in the back of my tongue. So they did a surgery, they did a root canal, and I never got it filled. But I was slacking on my dental health. Don't worry, I'm actually going for my cleanup tomorrow. But one of the things that we have to do is we're getting that fixed. But I made a TikTok. It was kind of a political TikTok, so the content is not important. But they're vicious. TikTok is vicious. So
oh,
all the
I
comments were like tooth, just tooth, nothing else.
I've for a short time I talked about the Ukraine-Russian war and all these people just being like, "Oh, you're an American, you don't know," and it's
Dude.
like, yo, dumbass, I have access to the internet. Is like if most of what is being said is the same, and then there's this one outlier, which one do you think I'm going to go with?
Yeah.
Um,
Politics is crazy, man. They
oh
just it's so divisive.
yeah, my especially living in a household where that every time we talk about it, it turns into an argument.
It's like, oh great. Why I shouldn't even said anything.
Yeah. Uh, nah. Since I asked you what you're known for,
Hmm.
I'm when it comes to video creation, I'm known as a guy that is especially doing a series Torture Craft that
Hmm.
do with the YouTube friend. Um, I'm known as the guy that basically a subtle rage where it's like I don't want to do this anymore. I definitely don't want to do this more. God damn it, let's do it again. But apparently, unintentionally, I'm known as the chill streamer when I stream. Like a lot of times, people be like, this is very much a vibe, very chill."
Hmm.
And I'm like, when I read my chat, and I'm just like, okay, as long as there's no fighting happening in chat, that's good.
Beautiful.
Uh,
Beautiful.
who is the one person, well, their channel name that comes to mind that always comes into your streams?
Hmm. I will say for streaming, I don't get a lot of interaction that much. So it's mostly actually been like other YouTuber or Twitch people popping in. Like you were in my chat a little bit, popping in. My other friend Karth was popping in there for a little bit. Windora. So a lot of dudes that I've streamed with have kind of popped in there. So besides that, yes, I do know one. Five Nights at Freddy's gamer.
Wait, is that their name? Is it like
Yes.
FNAF gamer or actually spelled
No,
out?
Five Nights at Freddy's gamer. Because I would say I would because it's such a funny name, I would read it out anytime I would comment. Thank you,
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's Gamer. So
No,
that would be the most memorable one.
that's good.
Hmm.
We got time for 2 more questions. What else you got?
Hmm. I'm not gonna lie. I popped into your stream a couple times. Basically, there's a whole feeling out process because I collaborate with more people. One of the things is I got to be like, okay, they're like a normal person, right? They're pretty chill. They're fine. Has there been any people that you had to do like a feeling out process and you were just like, no?
I go in blind.
Interesting. Interesting. I guess that, yeah, you got to keep an open mind.
Yeah, I like you are the first person I've actually checked out a stream before an interview,
Hmm.
and I was like, dang, like this person is actually kind of chill. He enjoys his game. Since you came into the stream, what are some things you've noticed that could be improved on? And I would do the same to you after you answer that question.
Hmm. 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 I I kind of don't know. I really don't have any. I think that I'm not trying to like dick ride, but I think you're pretty good. You're pretty chill. I Everybody's kind of on like their own content creator journey. So for like somebody that has been doing it for a while, they've got their setup right, they've got this right, they got the sound settings. Somebody that's been doing it a little bit less, they'll have like certain things that they mess up on. But I mean, I think you're pretty good. You're pretty good, and I think you're on you're on your journey. You're doing pretty good.
I've been doing YouTube since 2000, 2010.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and I deleted a lot of the channels. I took what I knew. The only thing, like your stream, it was very enjoyable when you read the comments. It was good. The only thing is, it's very sporadic. Sometimes you'll read a chat really quick, or there's like a 10-second delay.
Hmm.
But I do that too, where like I get so focused into something, and it's like, oh crap, I missed like 20 comments.
Yeah.
But video creation wise, your videos are very enjoyable. The last question I'm going to ask: would you be open to redoing a interview in about a year or two?
Absolutely. I was actually I was gonna say that. Yeah, if you wanted to do anything, if you wanted to, if you wanted to play some Minecraft or anything, I would be down to do anything.
The only thing I'm looking for evolving content wise, yes, is someone to collab with, but also someone to
Mhm.
talk content with. Most people that do content, they're like, oh, I just post and see what happens. There's not very many people that are like, hey, this number was increased, and here's why. Here's where I think why, and or like, man, this view was less, but I don't know why. Like, it's weird, especially in a series where one video could get 100 views, the next video will get like 5 views. Like, what did I do
Mhm.
wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, anytime you want a game,
Yeah.
I'll be down. There is one video project I'm looking for someone to game with on.
Hmm.
I want to do a video, but it's going to take over 100 hours to record.
This
What
sounds promising.
100, like what happens after 100 hours in Fortnite? And it's not going to
Mm.
be recorded like a straight 100 hours, like maybe 5 hours
Mhm.
here, an hour here.
Mhm.
But I don't have anyone to play Fortnite with.
Hey, I got at least 3 people. We can all play some quads.
That'll be fun.
Absolutely. You're
But
welcome anytime.
you got any plugs you need to do? You want to do before the end?
Um, let's see. I have my channel, Uptown Lupo 420. I have my Twitter. It's some MMA dude. It's a little bit different. And then my friends, Windora, Kath Fire, and Piranix. And that's it.
If you could send me all their information, I'll put it in the description down below.
Great.
And this is for the Dragon Den. Check Uptown Lupo out. And I'll be honest, I misspelled your name on here. I
Pretty
actually had
good.
to look on there. But definitely check this dude out. He is amazing. He's a very chill dude to talk to, as you saw if you're watching this. And with that being said, if y'all have enjoyed, please consider leaving a like. It does help out a lot. Also, subscribe to both of our channels. Let's see if we can get this dude up to 6,000. And love your faces, and we'll catch you all in the next one. See you then.